Today, we're going to take a look at Highway to the Kremlin 2, Napoleon's March on Moscow, June 24th to December 13th, 1812. This is from Kevin Zucker. It is from Operational Studies Group, which is Kevin Zucker's publishing house, and this is part of the Campaigns of Napoleon system. This is 5X, and I believe this is the only 5X game. I've covered some of the other Campaigns of Napoleon system. 1X, which I believe is has a scale of like 2 miles, and a turn is 2 days. I think that there's, as far as the Campaigns of Napoleon system goes, I think that there's more titles under that 1X. Again, this is only 5X, I believe, and I think there's a couple of games under the 2X, but I could be off on that. So this is, as it says, this is a campaign system. This is a little bit this is a larger scale than you would find in the libraries of Napoleonic battles, which are more tactical or grand tactical type scale. This is more operational level combat in the Napoleonic era. You can see it's in this bag here because I got this from a Noble Knight sale several months ago, probably in the spring, and by the time this is posting, that sale will be long over, but the games still remain. This is in good conditions. I'm going to put this in my bargain video because I think I got this for a greatly reduced price, and this is in, as you can see, is pretty excellent condition here. You see, there's hardly any blemishes on the box, so to speak. Very nice, nice edition of it. And in excellent condition. Here's a back of the box. This is the second edition, the Highway to the Kremlin 2. So I guess Highway to the Kremlin 1 was the first edition. This says what happens or what they've changed in the second edition: thoroughly revised rule books, upgraded counters, revised and corrected setup information. Reprint map covers European Russia from Tilsit to Moscow at a scale of 1 to 1 million. So the components, we get two 22 by 34 maps, one counter sheet of 280 counters, 2 rules folders, and 15 player aids. Again, it says the game system is Campaigns of Napoleon series 5X. Scale is 10 miles per hex, so there's the 5X. 1X being 2 miles, so everything's times 5. Instead of 2 days, I think, is in the 1X. This is 5 days per turn, and this is 5,000 man strength points. The counters are representing 5,000 man strength points. Playing times is 3 hours, up to 12 hours for the campaign. Game design is Kevin Zucker, who is known for his Napoleonic games, published by the Operational Studies Group. And let's see, where was I think this is a Charlie Kibler or Joe Yost or both game map. I really do like the maps that Operational Study Group puts out. So we'll get into that when we get into the box a little bit. Let's go in a little bit closer so you can read a little bit of the text here to give you a setup of what this involves. The map is one of the best I have ever seen of Russia. Each hex is 10 miles across and easily identified as to which terrain it is. Oh, who's this one? Well, this is from Craig Ambler in a 2004 review. Okay, so this isn't a write-up. This is just a review of the game. So there you have that. You can pause the screen and you can read the review there yourself if you want. I'm going to get into the box so you can see what is there. Here's an example of the counters here. And yeah, let's get into that box because you want to see the map, because I took a peek at it and I like it. So again, this is pretty excellent condition considering I got this on sale. So you have the standard rules here, second edition. We have the exclusive rules for Series 5X. These are both Series 5X. And again, I believe this is the only game that is in that series. If I'm wrong, let me know. Do not be shy. And then we have the maps here. This is one of the maps. And the maps are on, they're not mounted, but it's paper, but it's a little bit thicker than normal paper. It doesn't have that glossy finish that you see on by some game companies. It's got kind of a regular finish to the map, or no finish, I should say. Here is the counter sheet. We'll get into the rules here in a second. But you can see here all the different counters and leaders. And I imagine this is something that you're probably going to keep. Probably the leaders are mostly on the board, and then the strength points might be marked elsewhere, possibly. A lot of times that's the case. I don't know. I'll have to check this out. It's been a while since I messed around with the 1X series. But this is and there's your double side there, which I guess this might be a little bit more of a fog of war aspect, so that you know that there's a unit there, but you don't know exactly which unit it is, possibly. Again, it's been a while since I messed around with the campaigns series. But decent counter sheet, standard thickness there. Let's look at some of the components you get in here. And like all operational studies groups, they have the sideboard has information as well. Borodino, Berenzia, Smolensk, and you tell me how to pronounce that one. I'm going to butcher it no matter what. There you go. So I have some of the battles that are covered in that campaign on the side of the box. This was inspected by Caveman Andy. Thank you, Caveman Andy, for your services and your inspection services. So some of the player aids in here. Here's the French unit manifest. And it has it by date. And this is typical operational studies group. It's done on colored paper, cardboard paper, or not cardboard paper, but thicker paper. And it's single-sided because you can keep that off to the side if you need to. Here's the French leader manifest. So this is your French manifest. Here are the Russian manifest. Depot manifest. Russian organization display, and this is where you would keep track of maybe the strength points. So you have each of the different leaders here. Kutuzov, Barclay, all the big ones. Bagratin. Then you have the French organization display here. Then we have the turn record. And this has some color on it. This is the French march table. Then we have another French march table here. Let's go this way here. And these are all, so this one's a little bit, this is thin paper, but this looks like it's an update or errata of some sort. The rest of these are on this thicker paper, colored paper. Russian march table. Russian march table. So a lot of player aids in here, which, kind of gives you a hint of the complexity of this game. Here is a March attrition table. This is operational level, so this is going to be a key table in here. Here's your artillery fire, Paris morale chart, combat results table, negotiation table, administrative pull point, weather table, pursuit table, initiative comparison matrix, bridging summary, and then your terrain effects chart. Right there. Okay. Then we have, this is interesting. This is kind of a worksheet to figure out your battles. I haven't seen that before. It's a little bit different. And then here's your line of communication diagram. This is on just regular paper. This is on thicker paper, your highway to the Kremlin line of communication diagram. So again, you know, getting orders to the front line are going to be important in this game. And here's an update from 6/28/21. So there you have it. So quite a bit of paper in this box. That's all the player aids and charts and the like. There are the counters, but you want to see the maps. Before we get to, I'm going to do the rules last. Normally I kind of do the rules first, but why do that? You want to get to the maps. So let's do that. So I make some space over here. You can tell right here, the maps look nice. Graphic design by Kevin Zucker, map graphics by Joseph Youst, and 2020 revision by Charles Kibler. So it's a Youst and Kibler collaboration of sorts, or at least updated in 2020. So as I said, the maps are the paper's a little bit thicker on these, and you have charts on these maps as well. So here you have a combat results table. Let's go out a little bit so we can see a little bit view here. You have French replacement points, French administrative points, Russian replacement point track, and Russian administrative point track right here. You have your terrain key. You have your weather track. You have a phase track here. And I'm not going to be able to get both these on this table, but we can actually look at this one a little bit. I am, now something that I think somebody might have talked about. I mean, when you put these maps together, not sure which side, but you have this extra area here. So I don't know how how these line up. I would imagine they line up here, but you're going to have that. That's kind of unfortunate that you have this gap here. And I remember people talking about that is not ideal, and that you have to like trim your map or something to cover that up, which that looks like that's how they match up there. So that was unfortunate to do that, because you're going to have that little white spot in the middle there. But this is the other map. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see the graphics. I like the overall look of it. I'm not too wild about that trim, but the look is nice. You know, it's not too busy. You have all your cities and roads. Again, this is operational level. You have another combat results table over here on this chart. So you have combat results tables on both maps. Let's go in a little bit here and see what we can see, so you get a view of the maps here. Here we are in Minsk. You can see some of the forest and the marsh, some rivers and roads, and some different cities. Some have a circle and some are filled in. It means something different. What does that mean? If it's just a circle, it's a secondary town. If it's just filled in, it's a village. If it's a little bit bigger, it would be a primary town. Like Minsk is a primary town, so let's go up to Minsk here. So there's Minsk, as you can see here, is a primary town. Then you have some fortified towns. Let's go down to, here's a citadel here, and then this is a fortified town here. To give you just an example of some of the different features on this map. I like the look of it. Again, that whole strip right there, and I think I might have seen something or people talking about that back in the day, or at least on some other videos about that. Anyway, so there you have it. That is the maps. Like the look, don't like the trim thing. So let's get to the rules and see what's in there. This is the standard rules, which looks like it is, no page number on that. And no page numbers on the rules, but they do have a rules index, which sends you to the section number. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I'm a page number kind of person myself. So on the back here, you have that line of communications diagram, so that's not wasted space. Go through the rules here. Here's the beginning index, and again, they're all by section number and not rule. So there's these bracketed areas that these are referring to. Here's an explanation of the counter, at least a leader counter. You got a command, you have initiative rating, command span, and subordinate value. And I believe the leaders are the ones that really are on the map, and then strength points are probably shown on one of those side charts. Organizational displays, again, a lot of Napoleonic era games do that, where you have kind of these side displays that by leader that shows what the organization looks like, either the command structure or the strength points and the like. This is dual column. It's not in color, but here's lines of communication. Again, organizational display. So the orders and command structure is going to be very important in this game, as it is in most Napoleonic era games. Here's the force. Here's movement. Here's initiative. Oh, this is still under movement, so there's movement commands, and then initiative. We're still under movement section here. Zone of controls, exiting and entering, Zox, repulse, march attrition, which I think is going to be a key in this game, stacking and consolidation, force march. Now we're into combat here. Well, I thought we'd be in a combat because we're talking about artillery, attack resolution, retreat, odds determination, adjusting morale. Here's pitch battles, vedettes, probably pronounced that wrong, march divisions, morale and victory. And that's your standard rules. And then we have the rules that are exclusive to Highway of the Kremlin, which I think this is the only 5X game, so it's interesting you have exclusive rules. I think maybe there's something coming out someday. Don't know if there was much interest in this system, the 5X part of the system. Here's battle scenario rules. We're back to, here's the campaign rules. So here's how to set up the game, scenario information detail. Here's scenario information. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenarios, and then a campaign game. So 6 different scenarios here. Here's design notes, campaign analysis, and that's it. There's a lot of information in here. Looks like a lot of historical information as well. Here's the exclusive rule index, and there you have it. So that is what you get in a box of Highway to the Kremlin #2 quite a bit of stuff in here to go over and to digest. So, interesting system. Love to know what any of you think about this system. Tell me in the comments down below your hopes and dreams on this system. Sorry, I got a little bit of thumb. That was a gopher. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by. This one went over a little bit long, but this is quite a lot in that box to cover. And I'm interested in getting this to the table. Anyway, thank you all and take care. Thanks for watching.